find a balance between everything that's going on in your life, and you need to make sure that your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health are all aligned, because taking care of your health is just as important as your academic success. Oh my gosh, guys, I remember when I failed my first AP exam, I was going crazy. I felt stupid. I was just like, what would I do? Okay, that's not ironic. So this is how the class looks. You see 10, 20, and A and B. A and B means even and odd days, and then 10, 20. So I basically left school 10, 20 every day. And if you're already a senior and you have not hopped on the train, then you need to do that. You need to get with the program, okay? Get on your Zoom, okay? Welcome back to my channel. It's Taylor Sedney, and in today's video I'm going to be giving tips and advice to my high school juniors and seniors. For my freshmen and sophomores, I already dropped that video, so go tune in if you haven't already done so. But hold on, even if you're not in those grades, I did cover a lot of topics in that video, so you can still benefit from it. If you guys haven't already, then please hit that subscribe button and tap that bell so that you get notified when I post. Also, leave a like and comment if you found this video helpful. Oh, and thank y'all so much for almost 100 subs. I appreciate all the love and support, and we're on the road to 500 subs. But anyways, for my juniors and seniors, just know that y'all are in the right place. Like, I got y'all. All right, enough chit chat. Let's hop right into some tips for my upperclassmen. First of all, let's go over some expectations. Okay, so for my juniors, y'all got a lot to do this year, so let's just all take a deep breath before I give y'all the whole rundown, you know? Okay, let's go. Y'all ready? Okay, so there's college prep, which includes taking the ACT and SAT. There's researching schools, campus visits, writing your college essays, and getting letters of recommendation. Most of y'all are taking harder classes this year, so organization is going to be really important. Some of y'all probably figured out which sports and clubs are right for you and should be finding a way to get some type of leadership role or deepen your involvement. Y'all should be doing some type of career exploration like internships, volunteering, or job shadowing. And some of y'all probably got jobs by now, so time management is a really big thing for y'all this year. Now for my seniors, you need to be finalizing your college essays before October. That's just my suggestion though, so that you could apply to the early action time frame, and so that you could also have time for everything else that your senior year has to offer. You should also have at least 3 recommendation letters. Senioritis is a real thing. I know you guys got all this built up energy and y'all are excited because it's your senior year, but you gotta remember that this journey is not over yet. You'll be getting your college acceptance letters, so you guys have some big decisions to make. But before you do all that, you need to make sure y'all are researching these schools and trusting your gut. You should be making the most of your senior year and be cherishing these final moments with your friends, teachers, or whoever. Graduation is a really big step, and even though it's the ending of one chapter, it's the beginning to a whole new chapter. So to all my upperclassmen, even though you guys have a lot on y'all plate this year, just know that I'm here to help y'all in any way that I can and make this process a whole lot less difficult. Now let's talk about your health and well-being. It's okay to be nervous. I know that some people might develop some anxiety, but don't let that stop you. You do need to have some type of personal time for yourself because your mental health is very important. As an upperclassman, you guys have a lot of work to do, and you might not always find the time to relax, and it might feel overwhelming and stressful. You need to find a balance between everything that's going on in your life, and you need to make sure that your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health are all aligned, because taking care of your health is just as important as your academic success. Some people like to read, pray, exercise, hang out with family and friends, go out. I don't want to get too much into this topic, but you need to find methods that work for you. I'm gonna end it off here by saying that the internet is free and unlimited, so do what you want to do with that information. Now let's talk about time management. You need to be creating schedules that work for you. One of the techniques that I like to use is the Pomodoro technique. So what you do is you set a 25-minute timer, and during that time, you're focusing on your work with no distractions like your phone, okay? And then you take a 5-minute break. After you do this cycle for like 4 times, you're gonna take longer breaks from like a range from 15 to 30 minutes. Remember, quality over quantity. So study smarter, not longer. Also, don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. Your senior year should run as smoothly as possible, and one of the ways to make sure this happens is by getting stuff done during the summer before your senior year. Guys, I ended up having like 1 or 2 core classes, and the other class or 2 that I had was because of the academy that I was in. My school had OJT, so I got to leave the school early to go to college to do my enrollment classes or to go to work. But a lot of the times I really just went home. I'm about to show y'all my OJT pass, so hold on. I'm gonna go get it. Okay, so this is it. This is my ID, my old ID. Okay, that's not for right now. So this is how the pass looks. You see 10/20 and A and B. A and B means even and odd days, and then 10/20. So I basically left school 10/20 every day. So you guys should find out if your school has something like that. Okay, so I feel like no one talks about this, but digital citizenship and online presence is important because it's a reflection of your character. You need to start building a positive online presence by watching what you post. Keep in mind that whatever you post, whether it's a private or a public page, people are seeing it and they could choose to do whatever they want to do with that information. So you need to be mindful of what you post on social media. You're growing up and things are getting more serious. There's even jobs and schools out there that check to see what their applicants are posting on social media. So that could have a big impact on their decision to hire you or to accept you. Now let's talk about scholarships and grants, loans, and FAFSA. Scholarships and grants are free money, which means that you're not paying it back. I suggest that you start applying to scholarships during the summer before your senior year. And if you're already a senior and you have not hopped on the train, then you need to do that. You need to get with the program, okay? Get on your Zoom, okay? Guys, there are scholarships for anything and everything, like being left-handed, being black, being a female, being a male, being someone who's going into the nursing field, being someone who's, you know, like going into business and finance. There's anything and everything that you can think of. So you need to do your research. You guys need to get with the program. If a website asks you for personal information like your card information or your social security, don't do it. All right, next. I know that there are some scholarships that would ask you for your social security depending on the type of scholarship it is. I recommend that you go to your CAP advisor or your counselor to verify if the scholarship is a scam or not. Either way, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of scholarships out there. So if a scholarship website is asking you to pay, then don't do it. All right, don't do it. The next screen will show some scholarship websites that I know of or have personally used in the past. So you guys could go ahead and take a screenshot of that. I do be getting monthly scholarship newsletters. So if you guys are interested in that, just leave it in the comments or you can DM me privately. Loans are money that you get but will have to pay back. So it's basically like borrowing money. If you're planning on taking out loans, then you need to thoroughly evaluate your choices and look at their conditions, their terms of repayment, interest rates, and everything like that. So on the next screen, I'm going to show y'all some common types of loans. You could go ahead and take a screenshot of this as well. Try to get your FAFSA done the first day that they release it, which should be October 1st. FAFSA gives grants, so you will not have to pay that back. You can check if you qualify for financial aid, but there are certain colleges that require you still apply even though you may not qualify for it. Research is very important during your junior and senior year, which I'll talk more about later on. FAFSA also have some loan options. You can go on the FAFSA website to see the documents that you need to complete it and other information that you may need. I heard that a lot of changes are going to happen to FAFSA, but I don't know if they're going to be taking place this year or next year. Okay, so now let's talk about budgeting. As a student, you should be budgeting and managing your finances. So I'm probably the last person to come to for advice on saving money, but I still got some tips for y'all that even I need to start following. Start by totaling your earnings and spendings each month. Then build a budget by deciding on spending on essentials and extras. You need to track your expenses and prioritize your needs over your wants. You also should be saving for emergencies and goals. If you can find any student discounts, take advantage of that and try to cut out any unnecessary expenses. Regularly review and tweak your budget as needed. Learning money management now sets you up for a successful financial future. Now let's talk about standardized tests. Preparing for the SAT and ACT can be overwhelming, but there are online resources and study guides and practice tests out there to help you familiarize yourself with the format. Ask your counselors about fee waivers because these tests are not free. Remember that although test scores don't define you, you should still be trying your best. Some schools are test optional and have been becoming test optional lately. I think that most of the schools that I applied to were test optional, but yeah, that's where some research comes in, y'all. Okay, so now let's talk about college applications and career planning. Obviously, everyone knows that you need to be picking a major, but all I'm gonna say about this is that don't let your parents or anybody else decide what major is right for you. you should be deciding that, because when it's all said and done, you're the one that's going to be putting in the work and all the effort. So don't listen to anybody else, trying to cloud your judgment or get into your head. People might even say like they're going to be there for you and stuff, but you got to remember that they have the right to change their minds, and they have to worry about their own lives anyways. That's why it's important to volunteer, intern, or job shadow in the fields that you're interested in, so that you can get a feel of what's coming in the future and if it's right for you. You should be exploring careers that are related to your interests. You need to be researching these schools and finding out how the program is for the major that you're trying to get into. Go to college tours, get familiar with the campus, and ask as many questions as possible. If you can, you should even ask questions to students that attend the school. When it comes to college application essays, I would say to have that done as soon as possible. I would suggest you have your essays completed before October. Try to create an exceptional personal statement that highlights your journey and personality. So you need to invest time and effort to make a great impression. And most of the time, you can even reuse essays for different scholarships, because a lot of them do have the same type of prompts. So you need to make sure that when you do an essay, you're saving it. So on the next screen, I'll be showing you guys some common essay prompts, so you can take a screenshot of that too. Now let's talk about dual enrollment and advanced placement. Okay, so with dual enrollment and AP, you can earn college credit, high school credit, and a boost for your GPA. I only took like 2 or 3 AP classes, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, they were not for me. All right, AP is very rigorous, so the coursework could be very demanding and heavy. If you're up for the challenge, then go ahead, but I think you can mess up your GPA if you fail the class, so be careful. In order to get college credit from AP classes, you need to pass the exam that you take in May. You need to get like a 4 or 5. There are some schools that accept the 3, but most of them accept 4 or 5s. So I pretty much failed all of the AP exams that I ever took, but I still passed the classes, so my GPA got boosted. Oh my gosh, guys, I remember when I failed my first AP exam, I was going crazy. I felt stupid. I was just all over the place. But failing an AP exam is not the end of the world, and it shouldn't affect you in any way. So now let's talk about my bestie, dual enrollment. So with dual enrollment, you're enrolled into a college or university and are taking classes from there, whether it's virtually or physically. A whole semester, like fall or spring, is usually 14 to 16 weeks. And within those weeks are 8-week, 12-week, 14-week, 16-week classes. And there are also 6-week classes, which are mini terms, like during the summer. So you get to choose the number of weeks that you'll be taking classes. Dual enrollment, in my opinion, is way more flexible and less complex than AP. Another reason why dual enrollment is my bestie is that you can choose your teachers, or should I say professors. So there's this website, which was the best website created ever for college students. It's called ratemyprofessor.com, and on there's students rating teachers, and they leave reviews for teachers. So you'll find teachers that are right for you. You'll get to know if they give a lot of work, if they give a lot of tests, if they live, a lot of exams, pop quizzes, all that. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna get too much of that. You just gotta know that ratemyprofessor.com basically lives up to its name. One thing that I regret not doing is transferring all my credits, because I took dual enrollment classes from different schools. So for my overachievers, just know that February is when your grades, your GPA, all the graduation stuff stops. So whatever you completed and transferred, of course, up until February, that's going to be used for your ranking for graduation. So everything after February is not going to be used. So if you want to, be on the top rankings and stuff, you need to send over your transcripts before February. I would say try to send your transcripts by December. Try to do that, okay? Of course, you can still transfer your credits after February. It will be on your record and everything. I was just talking about the people who want to be at the top of the list for graduation. You need to remember that you need to turn in these transcripts before February, way before February, okay? Now let's talk about internships and job shadowing. Getting involved in volunteering, interning, and job shadowing gives you a glimpse into your future dream career. You get to learn from professionals and can make better career choices. You should research companies, chat with professionals, and apply to internships. These experiences enhance your resume and offers you a sneak peek into your future career. Okay, so now let's talk about networking and building relationships. Networking can seem overwhelming, but it's all about creating valuable relationships that can help you find new opportunities. Don't hesitate to say hello to people like professors, peers, and experts. Go to workshops, seminars, and networking events to meet people in your future field. Engaging with people of different backgrounds can help you gain a new perspective on life. Always remember that it's a two-way street, so always show curiosity and interest when someone else is speaking. Oh, and be authentic. Anyways, you never know where a simple chat might take you. Now let's talk about embracing failure and resilience. Everyone goes through setbacks and failure, but it paves the path to success. So take these moments as chances to learn and grow. Develop resilience by keeping a growth mindset, staying positive, navigating through challenges, and finding solutions. Keep in mind that your journey will have ups and downs, but what you choose to do with it truly shapes who you are. Last but not least, let's hear from those who's been in your shoes. So I got some advice for you guys from me and for some past graduates. Enjoy your life with precautions. You don't have to know every single thing right now because you will learn as you grow. Have fun. Make sure that you're well-rounded inside and outside of school. Don't wait till the last minute to apply to scholarships and colleges. Don't fall into the wrong crowd. Don't put all your focus on activities and fun because at the end of it all, the goal is to graduate. Be involved in your school by joining sports and clubs. Start saving your money as early as possible because senior year is expensive, alright? Start thinking about your life after high school during your junior year. Go on campus tours during your junior year. If you're confused about something, don't be scared to ask a teacher or counselor for help. Junior and senior year has lots of deadlines, so you're gonna need to learn to manage your time wisely and to not procrastinate. Surround yourself with go-getters and people who have the same mindset as you. Set boundaries and distance yourself from people who don't plan on being successful. Alright, so thank you all for watching. I hope this video was very helpful and informative. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, to hit my notification bell so that you'll get notified when I post. I would like to thank y'all for all the love and support that I've been receiving. I'm almost to 100 subs in less than a month of me even making this channel, so I really appreciate you guys. That's it for today. See y'all in the next one. Bye.